Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Trev and Lev show here on YouTube.com, where we talk SEC, Tennessee, and everything CFB. I'm Trev. That's Lev. Thank you for tuning in. And today we're talking a lot of stuff. We got SEC week 11. We got Heisman talk. We got ACC Big Ten talk. We got playoff talk. We got it all on this show. So stay till the end of this one. I'm really excited to talk about Heisman later in this video. We haven't talked about that yet. But yeah, first off, we're gonna start up here with Texas A&M and Missouri. Texas A&M goes on the road and beats a ranked Missouri team 38-17. Big win for them. Most consistent team in the SEC so far, I believe. You can say that with full confidence. Honestly, started out pretty slow in this one. I think it was 14 nothing at halftime. Missouri's defense is still pretty good, and just if Missouri had a quarterback in this one, they might have made a game of it, but all their points kind of came late. And of course, Missouri's quarterback is just a freshman. So,
Yeah, it's definitely
but yeah, I
hurting
mean,
hurting them that their starting quarterback for the year is out.
oh yeah, it's a
Um,
good team. It's a solid team. Like I don't have anything bad to say about Missouri.
I will
Like
say you look at Missouri over the last few years, they have yet to beat a ranked team, the ranked SEC team in a while. I think
really,
their best win in the last like 3 seasons or whatever is against Tennessee, against that 8-4 Tennessee team they beat. Um,
didn't they didn't have any ranked wins that year? They won like 10 or 11 games.
They might have had a ranked win, but it was not against an SEC team, I don't think.
Okay,
It might have been like against like a Kansas
interesting.
or something.
That's very interesting.
They have been really, I think the thing with Missouri right now is they've been really benefiting from having an easy schedule. Not that I think
Okay.
Missouri's bad, but they've had easy schedules the last 3 years, and I think that's really benefited them because they've played all the worst teams in the SEC for the most part every single one of those years, and then had maybe two or three tough games they've lost all of them.
I mean, yeah, you look at their SEC record this year; they're 2-3, right? So I mean,
I
they were
mean, look
undefeated
at
out of
that.
conference play.
You got losses to Alabama, Vanderbilt, and A&M. Your only three ranked games on the season,
True.
and then
Yeah,
they
I mean,
play they play
good point.
Oklahoma. They play Oklahoma. Uh, that's a chance for them to prove us wrong here, though.
They gotta have better quarterback play. They're not gonna win that game. I mean, that'll actually be interesting just because of how poor that quarterback play will be in that game.
And it's at
Because of Mateer.
Oklahoma too.
Yeah, they're not gonna win that game. Yeah, I for on the Texas A&M side of this, for me, like I they have crazy playmakers. They're scary on the outside. Like Concepcion is insane. I mean, yeah, they just have really good athletes on the field. Mario Craver as well. Uh, Probably two of the better wide receivers in the whole league. And yeah, Marcel Reed just gets the job done for them. So I I'm impressed by them. I think right now they're the favorites to win the SEC for sure. So we got up next year. We got Alabama with a 20-9 victory over LSU. So Garrett Nussmeier actually gets benched in this game. Uh, I mean he has not had a good season at all. This LSU offense has been disappointing at best. I mean, and Alabama kind of just grinded it out and won this one. They started really slow, like only scored 3 points in the second half. Hey, going back to that South Carolina game, they looked really sluggish in that one, right? Had a bye week last week, came out this week and also looked really sluggish. So it's really weird. After they had that four game stretch where they played all ranked teams in a row, and like looked really good in all those games. The past two have just been really sluggish for them. I'm not exactly sure why, but I don't know. This was one of those games where it's like it was never in doubt. It was just like Alabama never pulled away, like pulled completely away and blew them out or anything. So I don't know. Like I'm still impressed. Alabama's still having a great season, but not been impressed with in the last two games they played. And that LSU is gonna maybe they'll make a bowl, but we'll see though.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know. Let's look at. I'm curious to see who else they have left.
Now they're
Yeah,
gonna make a
yeah,
bowl if
they'll
they
make
win
a
from
bowl.
Kentucky.
Yeah,
I mean that Arkansas game will be competitive.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I think LSU probably will win that, but I don't know. It is at LSU, so
Yeah,
gives them the edge. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, just not impressed with LSU this year. Then Bama's got to start playing a little bit better here down the stretch, getting ready for the SEC championship game, most likely, and a playoff appearance as well.
yep, that's gonna be a good game between Alabama and A&M. Right now, I feel like
Yeah,
A&M's gonna win it, but it'll be a good one.
yeah. So Georgia, Mississippi State, Georgia. Did I say last? Okay, so going back here last week, I think I said Georgia would never like win a game in a blowout. I said that, right? Do you
Probably.
remember? I think I said that. Uh, they blew out Mississippi State. It was it was not close. Mississippi State scored a couple times late. In this one, it was never in doubt. Georgia actually ran away with it. My biggest takeaway from this one is just how impressive like Georgia's offense has been this year. This is probably one of the best offenses they've had, if not the best offense they've had that I can remember. Um,
Which is funny because it's probably their worst defense under Kirby Smart.
right, exactly, exactly. But man, like Gunnar Stockton's kind of low key underrated. He kind of gets, and they got a really good running back room too. I'm really impressed with their running back room. They've got like one or two playmakers on the outside that are Zachariah Branch is just really fast. They can just get him in the screen game. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm really impressed with this offense. They're going to be a threat to win a game or two in the playoffs, I think, even with how poor their defense is playing.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think they're better than most of the country, even though I don't think they're as good as Georgia has been. They're still a good team. I mean, good teams find ways to win. They're finding ways to win. This game is the first one where it's not really like a nail biter for them. Um, but I think that's just showing they're improving. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, obviously Mississippi State isn't world beaters or anything, but I mean, it's a solid team. Like you play them on the road. Like, I mean, this is a game that typically Georgia is going to be close on, but this season, but they really made a statement in this one. So pretty impressive win for them, for sure. Got Kentucky and Florida up here next. 38-7 Kentucky wins at home. DJ Lagway throws three interceptions, gets benched in this one. This is an embarrassing loss. This is embarrassing, and you blink and Kentucky's 4-5. I mean, they finally found their quarterback. I think Cutter Boley. Obviously, not a great performance here, but what an embarrassing loss for Kentucky. I think.
or for Florida.
Yeah, sorry for Florida. I mean,
Oh, and you
have they given?
save Mark Stoops again. Florida
Yeah,
loves doing this.
yeah,
They're what's keeping Mark Stoops alive at Kentucky.
yeah. I'd really like to see the past 5 seasons. Has Kentucky won more games against Florida
Yeah,
past five
they've
seasons
beat Florida more than Florida's beat them.
overall, all time, or in the past
Oh,
five
in the
seasons?
past, not all time. The past, just whatever.
I'm just, I don't know. I think you finally see what Florida giving up on the season here. You think, or what's the takeaway for this one?
Yeah, I I don't know. I I just think they're not a good team. I think they're a good defensive team. They're just not a good offensive team.
See, that's the surprising part. about this one for me is like the defense lets up here. That's what's like, all right, this team might have given up. Just because we've seen the offensive struggles throughout the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like we haven't seen the defense play this bad this year so far.
Does feel like they've
Uh,
checked out.
yeah.
I think
So I'm just
The Georgia game was a real tough blow to them because it was close. I think it's just really tough to lose a game like that when your season's already over. So it's like they just feel like a lot of these players are probably looking to maybe transferring out, thinking about other stuff. Their just mind is not focused because they're not playing for a playoff. They're not even playing for a bowl game really. I mean they kind of are. I mean, but
yeah.
looking at their schedule, they've
No, they're
got
not gonna.
3 more games left on their schedule, and their only hope is to beat Tennessee and Florida State. And I mean,
I mean, you have a chance to go 3-9 this season. I mean,
oh
you're
yeah,
probably
their only
looking at
chance is to win out. Yeah, they're at 3-6, so it's just not
you're
possible for them to get to a bowl game even. And bowl games
yeah.
aren't as good as they used to be anyway. So it's
Yeah, for me this is just like, all right, I think the offense hasn't been clicking, but the defense might have just checked. It might have just checked out. And good news for Tennessee and good on if the rumors are true, good on Danny White for moving this game to November because this might be a spot, for Tennessee here.
yeah, hopefully.
So, real quick before we move on, last 5 meetings. So, for some reason, the 2021 game got vacated. Do you have any clue why? I have no clue why.
Between Kentucky and Florida,
Yeah, I have zero clue why.
who won the
But we're
game?
just Kentucky wins 20-13. 2022, Kentucky wins 26-16. 2023, Kentucky 33, Florida 14. Florida wins in 2024, 48-20, and Kentucky wins this season 38-7. 4 out of the past seasons, Kentucky has beaten Florida.
But Tennessee can't beat Florida, and
No.
Kentucky can't beat Tennessee. It's a vicious.
Florida had a stretch from 1987 to 2017 where they did not lose to Kentucky. Ever since 2017, Kentucky has won, let's see here, 5 out of the last 8.
Dang. Mark Stoops owns Florida right now. Wild.
Crazy. Crazy world we live in here. Yeah, absolutely insane. So we got Vanderbilt and Auburn, the game of the day. Actually, like overall, I think this was actually the best game of the whole slate. Uh, at least that I saw. I had a fun time watching this one. I know you
Yeah.
did too. I mean, what this Auburn offense, who's looked pitiful, like goes off. They finally use Cam Coleman, the best player on their team.
Mm-hmm.
I was really impressed with Auburn's performance. Really, really sad for them they couldn't pull this one out. But yeah, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, this was a very entertaining game. Just all the catches that Auburn made to kind of that catch from Cam Coleman, the two were insane.
He
That
had
tied it up.
back-to-back one-handed catches.
Oh, that was insane. Uh, the it was
Wild.
just this was just a really good game.
Really
Um,
good game.
and it just sucks for Auburn because they could have won it. I definitely was rooting for Auburn.
Yeah.
Not gonna hide from that. But it just sucks for them. But I mean, Vanderbilt finding a way to win this game, I will say, is just good on them. Keeping their playoff chances alive. That's
Yeah.
more than Tennessee can say. Um, so just good on them for that. But yeah, it's
Pretty
just
impressive
great
game from
game.
Pavia, honestly. I mean, what Auburn was able to do, even though they let up 45 points, they were able to limit Vanderbilt's explosives. Vanderbilt hasn't looked great on offense. Let's see, going back to the Missouri game, they didn't look good at all in the Missouri game, right? First half of the Texas game didn't look great. First half of this game didn't look great either. Explode in the Texas second half and this second half. and yeah, pull off a really an impressive win, like you're saying, kind of like a survive and advance win.
Mm-hmm.
And good teams do that. Like Vanderbilt from years past would not have done this. So yeah, good on them. I mean, Pavia with like I said, an impressive game. I was just impressed by it. I couldn't believe Auburn was able to move the ball like that, and it kind of gives me a lot of hope for this Tennessee Vanderbilt game coming up here because I think we got just as good of a receiver core as Auburn does. So we'll see what happens in that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, next up here we have the Heisman odds currently. You're seeing Julian Sayin is the favorite, Fernando Mendoza right behind him. Then you got a pretty big gap. After that, it's Ty Simpson, Marcel Reed, and then after that, it's another huge gap. Uh, Probably insurmountable gap there. So yeah, who's your favorite right now? Have you? I mean, I know you said you watched the Indiana Penn State game. Do you like Fernando Mendoza right now?
I don't know. I'm not really impressed with any quarterback necessarily. Like to this, like it's hard because somebody's got to win it, but like there's not really any quarterback. It's just like that's like yeah, that guy he's got it. He's the clear favorite. Like this just isn't really a great quarterback here, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mendoza's the clear number one guy in my opinion. I don't think
Yeah,
Sayan's played any primetime games besides week one where he actually had his worst performance.
and
So
I agree. I agree. It's probably Mendoza, but I mean, it's just another year with meh. I mean, you got probably
yeah,
the
I
clear
think Mendoza.
favorites.
I think Mendoza's been really
Yeah, but
good
he's been really
actually.
good against. I'm nothing against Indiana, but he's been really good against not like insanely great competition. And I think that doesn't take away from Indiana. I think what they've done this year is really good, but I'm just curious to see how he performs in the playoffs against the best
I don't know.
teams in
I
the
mean,
country.
well, I mean, okay, they beat Oregon on the road, and
Yeah,
then they beat Iowa. Both of those teams are ranked currently. Iowa won't be ranked.
yeah, I don't think Iowa's that
Um,
great personally, but and
they have a good
Oregon's
def. I don't know. I think they beat Oregon on the road. That's one of the better wins in the whole country currently. And I get it. They don't play a super tough schedule, but you also, they smoked Illinois, and they were ranked at the time. So I don't know. This Penn State game, you were thinking coming into this season it would be a ranked on ranked matchup. Penn State obviously falls apart there.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but he's been in more of the prime time spots more often than not. More, and sometimes that matters. You know, like for Julian saying, I don't know. I haven't watched much Ohio State this season. I know that
yeah.
for
I
sure.
think
I mean,
I think it's the same thing as Mendoza, if not worse, for Ohio State. They've played Texas and that's it, and
yep.
they didn't look crazy good against Texas, and Texas
And
isn't
that was week one.
crazy good
And
either.
my feelings about week one too. Is like those are games that don't really count as far as like putting them into your expectations for how the season's going to go. Typically, typically those games are kind of an outlier. Um, Obviously, we only got what two skill position players on this list besides quarterback. Jeremiah Smith at plus 2,500, Jeremiah Love at plus 3,000. Jeremiah Love should probably be higher on this list. He's quietly having one of the best. He's having the best running back season in the country currently.
Yeah, I
My
think there's
favorite
a
player.
lot of people behind Pavia that should be above him. Honestly, I think Trinidad Chambliss has more of a right to be higher than Pavia, and he's way back with plus 700 7,000.
Yeah, I think I could definitely see that. For me, it's I don't know. Vanderbilt has been the like darling team this year, so that's going to help you in the Heisman race.
Yeah,
We
but I
all
mean
know,
that
like,
just says the Heisman. That just makes you see the Heisman is just kind of a joke.
yeah, no, it's not. It's an unserious award. Yeah, I think we've known that for a while. It's based on your brand. your team's season, the media spotlight, having good moments, not necessarily better stats. It's about the moments. I don't know. I my personal favorite player on this list is Haynes King. He does everything as far as Heisman goes. If you're talking about the best player, for the teams and the perspective of your team, right? Like who's the MVP of your team? Who's going to carry your team? Haynes King is like literally single-handedly puts Georgia Tech on his back week in and week out. It's really impressive actually that he is able to stay healthy throughout his career because I mean he is someone that whether it's running the ball 20 times a game, passing it another 25 to 30 times, he's someone that is going to lay it all out for his team week in and week out. And obviously, with only the one loss on the season, they are winning games right now.
Yep.
So, next up here, we're kind of going to jump into more ACC talk. It's been one of our favorite subjects to get into on this show. Another disastrous week. I keep saying this, but it really is happening. What is it? Who lost this week? Virginia lost
In Louisville.
this week. And what was that?
Louisville.
And Louisville lost this week. Yep, that's correct. Both to unranked schools. And both were, what, top 15? I think like 13 or 14 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. And now
So, yeah,
you
it's
have
really
a
shaping up. Oh,
six-way tie, or is it a five-way? What? Six-way tie, or no? Wait, you got one, two, three, four, five-way tie for the first
uh
place
huh.
in the ACC right now.
Yep.
That's
And you know
crazy.
what's also crazy is actually Duke sitting at 4-1 in conference play. They just lost to UConn. I don't know if you saw that. They lost to UConn this past weekend. So here's a here's an insane scenario for you. You could have a 9-4 Duke team. Sorry, you could have an 8-4 Duke team play for your ACC championship game, win that, make the college football playoff at 9-4 with a loss to UConn.
That's crazy. They lost like pretty much all of their non-conference
Yep,
games.
yeah, they lost to Illinois, UConn, and there was the last team I can't remember who they lost to, but
You know,
yeah.
they probably won't be in. I think I don't know what the tiebreakers are for the
So
ACC championship, but
it starts with head to head, and then it goes to like common opponent, and then it goes to like
overall
win
record.
loss record, opponent record or something like that.
I
So
I feel like the fact that Duke has the most losses overall, I feel like they're the least likely team to get into the ACC
yeah,
championship.
I just have heard people say that there's actually real possibilities they make it, just based on already. You can't argue the chaos that's already been happening. So I mean, there is a real
Well, I
possibility
mean,
they
I'm sure
make it.
these teams play each other. Some of these teams probably play each other too before the season's over. Not all of them, but I feel like
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh plays
Pittsburgh plays.
somebody.
They play Georgia Tech.
Virginia might play somebody. I feel like SMU plays one of these other teams.
So it is definitely down between like these top five teams here.
Yeah.
There's almost no chance for Louisville or anyone below them to make it. So yeah, next week you got Notre Dame and Pitt. That doesn't matter for the standings. That's a non-conference game for Pitt. Virginia plays Duke. That's going to sort itself out there. So whoever wins that game, or sorry, whoever loses that game is going to be out of the title race. No other serious games there. And then you got the week after that, Louisville plays SMU. That'll sort itself out there for SMU if they lose. Pitt and Georgia Tech, that'll also sort itself out. And then week 14, there's really not much conference games. Miami plays Pitt. Duke plays Wake Forest. So yeah, I mean, to your point, you're gonna have two or three teams. You're gonna actually probably have three of the teams eliminate themselves just based on head-to-head results.
Mm-hmm.
With those top five teams. So yeah, I still think this is this is obviously wide open. It was like the Big 12 of last year, if you guys remember that. Really fun league to watch, really chaotic league. I think my prediction right now is going to be Georgia Tech and Pitt, which would be a rematch. I think there's still a chance that'll happen. Um, my favorite possibility is probably Duke winning the whole thing.
Would be
I think
funny. Would be
that would
funny.
be really funny.
Yeah, I think I
That
agree
would be
with you though
hilarious.
about Georgia Tech and Pitt.
Yeah, obviously they play each other. I think it's this week, this upcoming week. But I think based on like Duke playing Virginia, SMU playing, what did I say? They play Duke as well. I don't know.
Is
Based
Pitt
on those, I think if I'm the ACC, my best teams I want to put forward right now, Pittsburgh, who's having a really good season, and Georgia Tech, obviously having the best
is
season they've had
is
in a
Pitt's
long.
coach still Pat Narduzzi?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
I think, yeah, like I think those are the teams you want in the championship. Virginia is not good. I think they're probably the worst out of these five. I mean, Virginia and Duke are probably the worst out of the five teams we're talking about right now. But really exciting scenarios. One scenario, kind of moving in what we got playoff projection up here. One scenario that is actually awesome to think about here. Bear with me. So, when in the writing of who gets automatic spots in the college football playoff, it is the top five ranked conference champions. Okay, so keeping that in mind, it doesn't specify what conferences it has to be. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
What if you have a 9-4 Duke team winning being the ACC champion, right? There is a slight chance the ACC could get left out of the college football playoff. I don't think it will happen, but there is a chance because you'd have to compare that to probably USF making it, and then an 11-1 James Madison.
Yeah. I think it's
So
just very unlikely for Duke to win the ACC though. I
I'm
just
not saying this is going to happen at all. I'm just saying the outcome of that happening would be hilarious.
yeah, I mean I agree.
It's probably not going to happen. There's a super low chance. I'd say like a 1% chance that happens. But I mean, it would be really really funny. But yeah, getting into the playoff projection here, you got week 12. Bud Elliott's playoff projection, model playoff projection. It's not his playoff projection. It is a model. This week, kind of interesting. I think Texas Tech is too high in this one. We've gone over a few of these, talked about a few of them here. I the two things that stand out to me from this is Texas Tech being at 5, and then USC sneaking in here at 9. Because I just really, really find it hard to believe that three Big Ten teams are going to make the or sorry, that four Big Ten teams are going to make the college football playoff this year.
Yeah, I mean the SEC has kind of cannibalized itself is the only problem. I just don't see them putting in a 9-3 SEC team. Um, and USC still only has 2 losses, right?
Yep.
But
Uh,
but don't they
yeah,
play Notre Dame?
they already played Notre Dame and they lost.
Okay, so that was their second loss.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
that's the other thing is like you got to think about it from a projection base. We've not seen the college football playoff committee do like a rematch, so like I wouldn't expect USC and Notre Dame to be rematched against each other in this scenario. I think you'd probably flip USC and Oregon. If I do assume if Oregon
Probably.
be 9, USC be 10.
Probably.
And like same thing with Georgia Tech, which is also difficult here, is they're not going to rematch Georgia Tech and Georgia either. It's like you're gonna have to flip some things around to make this work. Maybe you have USC 11, Georgia Tech 10, Oregon 9, maybe.
Yeah. I think that makes more sense anyway.
It really does show you though, like we've covered this what like 3 or 4 weeks now. think about like how much it's changed. It's never been the same. You know, like besides the top four have been the same, I think, every single week. So like, yeah, it's wide open. It's a pretty fun season, honestly. Like, just think about the amount of teams that still have a chance to make the playoff. Like sitting here, think about how Texas still has a chance to make the playoff. You know, they're at two losses. They beat Georgia and A&M, and you're in the playoff. You know, that's unlikely as well, but
It's
it just
possible.
shows you like it's all possible. It's all out there. Even
Well, and
Oklahoma, in my opinion, still has a chance as well.
they beat both of those teams, and those teams went out otherwise. Both those teams still make it in, and Texas makes it
Yep,
in, and
you're looking at five.
Alabama.
You're looking at five SEC teams in because Ole Miss is definitely would be in too. So yeah,
See, the SEC would probably like would probably actually want that to happen to get Texas in, but I
that
don't
is
think
that might
but
that's
that doesn't. I don't think that's gonna happen. Like if Texas won out, so then they could get 5 teams in.
yeah. I think that's an awesome scenario for the SEC. I would like to see it. I don't think Texas.
Unlikely scenario though. I don't think Texas.
Unlikely, yeah. It's just because
Texas could
Texas
beat
just
Georgia though. I don't think they're gonna beat
yeah,
A&M.
for sure. I don't think so either, but I think if you're A&M, you can afford that loss, though you don't have any right now, and Georgia could too. But they only have the one to Alabama, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, it is just really wide open currently, and it's pretty exciting. Pretty interested to see what the college football playoffs will be. What the poll will be Tuesday night when this video comes out. Obviously, we haven't seen that yet, but yeah, very very excited for this playoff season. Any other thoughts from you?
Nope.
All right. Well, that we would like to thank you for tuning into this one. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 100 subs. As of the making of this video, we're sitting at 64. Please share with a friend. And yeah, I'm Trev. That's Lev. And this was the Trev and Lev Show. Catch you on the next one.
Peace.